Good morning, everybody. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of Gar Capital. Glad to be with you this morning and every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on our YouTube channel. It is Thursday, May 2nd, 2024. Let's go ahead and get started with the day. But before we do that, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any of our future videos. We have a video coming out this weekend recapping this past week and previewing the next week. That comes out usually on Sunday. And then we also have our morning note tomorrow. So if you are interested in future videos, hit the notification bells icon. We're trying to get to 10,000 subs. So that starts with you subscribing. Appreciate it. As always, let's do it. Dow futures, are up 198 points. Nasdaq is up 134. S&P is up 33, with the Russell up 1.21%. 10-year Treasury yields are still a little elevated, 4.633, with the US dollar down slightly, 0.05%, with the VIX down 2% at 15.05. Crude oil is red, 78.97. Gasoline futures are down 0.23%. Gasoline and oil prices felt by the most since, I believe, January. And you also had gold futures down 0.37%, silver futures down 1.7%, copper down 1.3%. Starting to notice a pattern. This is very dollar oriented. These are commodities. Bitcoin was down yesterday. It's up today 3%, 59,100 on the futures. Ethereum at 3,000. Dollar yen. Some craziness happened yesterday. We tagged 160 yesterday and reversed. Some of the Forex clients were asking about that. And I say the best thing right now with dollar yen is just stay away. It's way too volatile. You're just going to have stops hit left and right. That's at 154.49 now. Euro dollar 106.98. That's down 15 pips. Dollar Canadian dollar down 19. Pound dollar down 16 pips this morning. Let's go ahead and go over what happened yesterday. Really, what exactly happened? We had a nice pop yesterday after the rate decision of a hold, and then Powell started speaking, and after he spoke, we hit back down. So, what exactly caused this? It could be any excuse you want on the basis of expectation or what have you. Really, all we did was reject the 20-day. Again, remember, 20-day moving average is kind of our momentum indicator in a sense. So we need to recapture that. The good news is that yesterday we closed with an inverse hammer candle. The last time we had something rather similar within this tail here was, I don't have it here on ES, but on SPX, it's very similar. Make it life easy. This is the SPX S&P spot. And you could see it here, inverse hammer, right? Red candle. Last time we had something similar was January 4th. And what happened? Well, this happened. So I fully expect today to be green. I fully expect us to test this 20-day moving average. Now the question is, do we break it? Tomorrow, I believe, is non-farm payroll, which is the report on the jobs. And make sure that is this week or next. That will be tomorrow. Okay, so we do have one more catalyst on the board. So maybe that will be enough to get us there. And also, Apple reports earnings after the bell. So what I expect today is that we go higher. We start retracing some of the loss that we had yesterday around this level. Let's go to S&P futures. We bought the dip on NASDAQ futures on the signal side. I think they caught 50 points. So we're going to get more today. You can see that we're at 50.80 currently. So again, just kind of get us back to here around 51.26. That's kind of my target. And yesterday, I did expect us to pop. I didn't expect us to reverse that quickly. Obviously, basically was a pump and dump. But going higher yesterday off that RSI being so low, yeah, I expected that snapback, kind of relief rally. But the selling off yesterday, that was a little different. That was not what I expected. But as you can see, we're retracing it now. I think we'll get to 51.20 by the end of the day. So if we're playing SPY at home, since everyone likes to trade SPY, totally cool with me. You're at 503.88. 507 to 508 is pretty much your target. Now, it really depends on the question of your time frame. I think it probably gets there around today, if not tomorrow. Obviously, by end of the week, we will tag that. Same thing with the NASDAQ futures, above 640, 660. I want to go ahead and target this retrace here to 7753. If that does tag, we'll take profits there. But really, my target is to get back to Tuesday morning's levels. I've been really reiterating that at 17.9. And once we get there, guys, I have no problem shorting if that's what the market is showing us. But really, I just think that we're just going to be choppy for a bit in May. Maybe some weakness, sure. But this inverse hammer is telling me a lot. I remember the last time that we had that was in January on the S&P 500. So I wrote a note on that on the blog as well. on what I expect today. Apple also had a headline regarding their AI. That was through Washington Post. They were stating that Tim Cook will hint at some AI capabilities. That does help my Apple calls. Apple does report earnings today. The plan is to catch that ahead of the report, or we can let it ride. We have time on that one. XOM, I know this is a freebie for everybody. It sucks. Don't get me wrong. It's been really crappy, but we are setting up for a head and the cup and handle, excuse me, and you can see the handle here. So I added this on the blog. If we go back up, and I'm going to go ahead and scroll up and show you guys. Here we go. XM cup and handle. Here's what a cup and handle would look like according to Investopedia. See the cup, rising price action, downward handle, and up. Guess what ExxonMobil is looking like? So ExxonMobil, stay with me. We got until June. So I think we're going to get that. This is how I felt after yesterday's price action with Powell. But again, that's just one of those things that, hey, reversed off to 20. And here's the inverse hammer candle I talked about on the blog. And you can see inverted hammer candle. Made sure to everyone to see exactly what it means. So it's important to explain things. I also talked about inflation and supply side inflation. That was a fun topic to talk about. So if you guys are interested on those kind of quick lessons and information, make sure to join our live market blog. Any kind of subject you guys are into economically, I'll be more than happy to get you the answer. All right, let's go into the question and answer side. Apple thoughts holding through earnings. Let's see what we get today. So again, Apple is bouncing back, at least creating a base back up near that trend line. But I want to go ahead and show you guys something. I'll show you two charts. Downward action, breakout, downward action. What's next? The flag, breakdown. Same deal, right? Downward action, breakout. When was the last time that we played this freebie team? You guys remember? Downward action, breakout, rejection. Downward action, breakout, rejection. Downward action. We got into XLE here at 85. You guys remember? And what did we do? We went higher. That's exactly what's going to happen, in my opinion, to Apple. Apple, in my opinion, is just getting started, with the caveat that it stays above 165, obviously. But I think Apple goes higher and it'll start moving higher. And once we start breaking key levels like 177.21, we're going to trade this again higher. So I'm very excited for what the future has in store for Apple, since it's been pretty much a laggard amongst the NASDAQ big boys. I'm the opposite of you. We dip in today. Might hit 506 and reject. Well, let's see. This is what makes a market. Morning, CVS stock to buy for long term. I didn't look at their numbers exactly, but we're just going to play the technicals. All right, weekly looks like death. 5164. That is pretty much one of the last resorts of support. You're talking about COVID lows now. And remember, these names that do take a hit, these are the things that happen over time. I don't know if CVS does pay a dividend, but if you're looking for a price, which is pretty much COVID bargain rates, apparently, I guess, 51.79, 52 is your target. If you break that, then you got 44. So I think there's better stocks out there to own. I don't think you have to go for CVS. Amazon, they're going to take over all the pharmacies. I wouldn't be surprised if Amazon buys out CVS. Speaking of Amazon, they reported, and I do like Amazon higher, obviously. But at this moment in time, technically speaking, it is up this morning, 181. Get above 185.08, we could play calls to the 190 level. But you need to crack that first. Amazon options action was so bizarre after earnings. Thoughts on Amazon price action? Consolidation, you got a Fed, you got the Federal Reserve speaking. They actually were outperforming, but just really fed a burn. Anyone who played options for this week, you got killed. Maybe everyone was expecting a Tesla type move. Amazon has had some crazy moves before, just didn't happen. That's why it's important to buy time. So 185.08, if that breaks, we can target 190. Why is Goldman Sachs up so crazy? Because banks are doing well, and I guess they finally getting their act together. Earnings was pretty solid, but it is on a technical basis breaking out. That's really it. JPM did the same, and then they pulled back after their earnings. I mean, we've been talking about financials now for over 12 months, 16 months, and we still like it. I have Bank of America calls, and I still believe that Bank of America has more to go. 36.73, again, that's my support. It is up today. And again, once we break out of 38, it is on, just like Goldman Sachs, same sector. Took a little bit. Don't get me wrong. We've played Goldman Sachs this year. And look at this chop mess that we had for about, I don't know, 3 to 4 months. Finally, it's getting its act together. So Goldman Sachs has been a tough hold. It hasn't been easy. Let's take a look at one more bank stock, Citibank. That was one that we traded, and this was ping ponging for a while. Bank of America is going to catch up. I like Bank of America to move higher. Citibank has more room to go. I have a call with Masterclass. If we can get above 63.55, then you can see that 65, possibly 70 is coming. So Citibank has more. Thoughts on Starbucks? Well, there's many factors that we can include on Starbucks, whether it be protests regarding Palestine and Israel, whether it be China demand slowdown, or people just don't want to drink Starbucks anymore. I personally love Starbucks, but the stock right now is very similar to CVS. Right now, 70 is your next support, and it's been pretty choppy. So right around 70 or so, if you're looking to take a dip into Starbucks, but 57 has been the alert I've had for a while now. So let's see if we can test the COVID lows. If we get to 70, that'll just be the 2022 lows. It's been underperforming, sure, but it's not CVS death mark either. BAC ain't moving like them. Not yet. BDX. I don't know what BDX is. AMD. Oh, did this not work now? Oh, looks like I'm having issues with TOS. Right on schedule. So it looks like the data points are down, at least on this deal here. All right, guys. And since I can't open that, now I have two apples. Let's see if I can do this again. Maybe it's just that screen. Sorry, guys. Looks like some technical difficulties with TOS. So I'll just end the video here. My apologies again. So we'll catch up on this on the server. If you guys have any questions, make sure to DM me here on the live market blog, or I mean on this actual Gar Capital server. We'd love to have you on board, and more great things to come. Let's make it a great Thursday. I'll catch up with you guys on the watches and charts. Oh, AMD's up. So let's answer this last question. AMD, let's take the 4-hour, still above that trend line. Got to stay above 140. Got to stay above 140. That's what AMD needs to do. The semiconductors have been taking a big hit. All right, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your morning. See you guys tomorrow. Cheers all.